Name something that most men do not do as well as they think they do. Tiffany.
Wipe themselves when they use the restroom.
It's really just in our human nature to strive for the gold, and for that reason, game shows have been around for ages, providing us with immediate satisfaction of taking home that fat cash prize. However, we can't forget about the utter game show fails that gift us with hilarious secondhand embarrassment. So today we're bringing you 10 cringe-worthy game show fails right here on Listed. Kicking off our list was a simple answer that made us question our very own human anatomy. When a contestant on Family Feud was asked what the doctors commonly find in patients, she answered confidently, a gerbil. Sure, perhaps in a totally weird freak incident, a rodent might be found. Still, I kind of desperately hope this animal isn't an item frequently found in anyone's anatomy ever.
A gerbil.
Okay, next up was a game show stumble that didn't involve any contestants. When George Gray, the announcer of Price is Right, was showing off a grand prize treadmill, he made the mistake of thinking that he knew how to run backwards. Right before the commercial break, he brought the house down with laughter by falling straight onto his butt. I assume physical comedy wasn't very common on game shows, yet here we are hoping for some ibuprofen. Some contestants give short and accurate answers, but some die trying. When trying to guess what goes in the spaces between magic blank AND, the contestant started off with an H. Magic hand? Nope. In desperation, he tried every alphabet, and just as the buzzer rings, he finally guessed W for wand.
Magic. Yan, sand, van, canned, jand, panned, fan, band, wand, oh!
We all know sometimes we get tricked instead of treated and kicked instead of kissed. Little Orphan Annie and Jay-Z said so in A Hard Knock Life. However, Kevin did not get the memo because when he was asked who sang the song, he said LMFAO. The answer is beyond incorrect, but it is pretty hilarious to reimagine Red Foo and Sky Blue singing about the hard knock life in their zebra-printed Speedos.
Rockefeller introduced us to a hard knock life ghetto anthem. Kevin.
What is LMFAO?
No?
Some people seem to have their minds in the gutters, and unfortunately, that doesn't play out very smoothly when participating in the Wheel of Fortune. When asked what goes in the blank for a streetcar NA blank ED desire, a contestant proudly blurts out K, forming a streetcar naked desire. I mean, perhaps he had a swing of dirty thoughts, or he really just didn't want the prize.
K. No.
So far, each of these failures was due to simple human error. However, we expect much different results when it comes to artificial intelligence. During a Jeopardy game, 3 contestants were asked which city had the largest airport named after a World War II hero and the second largest airport named after a World War II battle. 2 human participants gave the correct answer, but Watson, the artificial intelligence, seem to really struggle, so maybe robots won't take over for all of us after all.
And the response was, what is Toronto? With a lot of question marks, which means, of course, that Watson had many, many doubts.
Next on our list is a lesson to all of us to pay attention and be thorough. When asked to solve the puzzle that already spelled out multiple letters, one Wheel of Fortune contestant completely misread the entire phrase. We have so many questions for this contestant, but if you were curious, the answer to the puzzle was stars in the night sky.
I'd like to solve the puzzle.
Okay.
Start in the right way.
No, that is not correct, Brianna. It's your turn.
All of these contestants can be seen immediately regretting their obviously wrong answers. However, some are so shameless, they make the host lose his or her mind. During a game of Wheel of Fortune, a contestant guessed one letter and incorrectly tries to fill in all the blanks by guessing riding a brown horse. When it was the next contestant's turn, they also incorrectly guessed riding a white horse. The host walked off at that point. Why the horses? Why bother trying?
Riding a white horse?
And then there was a gem of a contestant who was given the clue long-handled garden tool can also mean an immoral pleasure seeker. He confidently shouted, "What is a hoe?" We're talking strictly about gardening, of course. It turns out the actual term for that is a rake.
This term for a long-handled gardening tool can also mean an immoral pleasure seeker. Ken?
What's a hoe?
No. Whoa!
And lastly, but certainly not least, we've got to give it up for Julian from Indiana University, who didn't have the best day on his Wheel of Fortune run. He messed up not once, but 3 times within the 30-minute span, starting with pronunciation.
Nice solve.
Oh, well, that'd be a good idea, yeah.
Mythological hero Achilles.
Can't accept that.
Then attempting to guess letters in the world's fastest man puzzle, Julian guessed the letter C, ultimately ruining his chances of a free car, but finally it seemed as though he was literally put on the spot when he attempted to solve the final puzzle of on-the-spot decision when poor Julian blurted this out.
On the spot dice spin.
Let's just hope that Julian took a few more lessons at IU before returning back to the game show world. But fortunately, that concludes our list of cringe-worthy game show moments. So right now, I want to know which epic fail was the most ridiculous you've ever seen. And maybe if you have another in mind, let me know that in the comments. When you're done with that, you can click right over here to check out a few cringe-worthy celebrity red carpet interviews. Thanks so much for hanging out with me right here on Clevver News. I'm your girl, Jocelyn Davis. I'll see you next time.